It is proved that 2 root 3 minus 1 is an irrational number. Now kids, in this you would be first of all proving that root 3, because over here I have not mentioned anything that it is given that root 3 is irrational. So first step would be, here I would just give you the clue how to do it. Prove for root 3 as an irrational. Okay, that's number 1. Your step number 1 would be, you would prove that root 3 is an irrational number, and I'm sure everybody remembers the steps which we have followed for root 2, root 5. So this won't be a problem at all. Then after you prove that root 3 is irrational, you would say product of, because 2 root 3 minus 1 is a number with us, product of irrational and rational will be what? Rational, irrational's product is irrational. Okay, so irrational, then we have minus 1. What is this minus 1? 1 क्या है? It is rational. So irrational minus rational, difference of irrational and rational would be again irrational. So we observe that this number in totality is irrational. So this is how, you would not be doing it in such short way, आपको पूरा explain करना है. First would be explanation for this root 3 and then followed by these 3-4 steps. I'm sure this is clear to everyone. Thumbs up would be fine if it is clear. Yeah, any doubt? Second one, can cycle 60 kilometers per day. And third one, can go for 72 kilometers per day. Now, first of all, we need to see how many days would be taken by these 3 cyclists separately. So let's do it. Number of days taken by first cyclist. How would we do that? The total distance which needs to be covered by him, okay, divided by how much distance does he cover in one day. So divide it, you would see this is divisible by, further when you divide it by 24, yeah, divided by 24, this you would get 15 and this would be 2. 15 by 2 days. Okay, keep it as such, don't worry about the fraction. Then we have for second one, number of days taken by second cyclist, 360 upon 60 would be 6 days. And third cyclist, how many days would he take? Third cyclist, 360 divided by 72 makes it 5 days. Any doubt till here? If it's clear, thumbs up. If it's visible as well. Okay, great. Now, remember one thing. Okay, I've already written the question for the next. So I'll just do it here. We need to find out, because we are looking for the minimum time when they would meet again. So that minimum time would be the least common multiple of 15 by 2, 6 and 5. So least common multiple, LCM of 15 by 2, 6 and 5. Kids, remember one thing, this is now, there's a formula for this. Whenever we are asked to find out LCM of fractions, this is a fraction or a rational number, I would call it. 15 by 2, 6 can be written as 6 by 1, 5 can be written as 5 by 1. So the rule is, it would be LCM of numerators. Okay, numerators में whatever we have 15, 6, 5, you would find their least common multiple divided by HCF of denominators. Now can you tell me what would be LCM of 15, 6 and 5? It is 30. Good. So 30 days, because we are looking for the days only, upon 2, 1, 1. What is HCF of 2 and 1? Highest common factor. 1 only. So the resultant, the final answer for this is 30 days. It means when these people, these three cyclists, 1, 2, 3, these three travel together, they start together, and after 30 days they would be meeting again at a particular point. Okay, because their speed, their pace is different. So accordingly, so this is one of the most important questions. You can check the steps. If there's a doubt, please let me know. Shall we move on to the next? Very good. Let's move on. Your third question was, prove that, this is the question, prove that n square minus n is divisible by 2 for every positive integer n. We need to check that this n square minus n, where n is a positive integer, is divisible by 2. Kids, remember one thing, whenever you get a question that check whether it's divisible or prove that it is divisible by 2, or you would see the next one that is for divisibility by 3, you would take them according to Euclid division lemma. Over here, how would you begin by taking the integers? We know any positive, yes, very good. Let's assume n is any positive integer, alright. But if you are checking that is it divisible by 2 or not, so shall we do the assumption by taking Euclid division lemma, and that would be either 2q or 2q plus 1. Am I right if I say so? If I want you to see that any number is divisible by 2 according to Euclid division lemma, which says a, which is generally written in this form, a is bq plus r, यही होता है ना. So a is 2q plus 0 or a is 2q plus 1. 2q plus 0 means it's 2q. 2q plus 1 is 2q plus 1. That's what we have written. Now we would be taking these values one by one. Case 1, when n is 2q, put the value here. That implies n square minus n. क्या होगा n square minus n? This becomes 2q whole square minus 2q. This becomes 4q square minus 2q, and next step में what can we do? We can take something common. 4 and 2, take this 2 common, and q square है यहाँ पे, and this is q, bring this q common. This is 2q minus 1. अब देखो फाइनल फॉर्मेशन क्या बन रही है, इट इज़ 2 इंटू सम सेट ऑफ टर्म्स. अब ये सम सेट ऑफ टर्म्स क्या हैं, दे कैन बी रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय सम other variable. Let me take it as m or r. Let me take it as m, where m is q 2q minus 1, and we know any number which is in the form twice of any integer or twice of any integral value will be divisible by 2. That implies n square. हाँ जी, you want to say that n common ले ले, है ना? This is what you're saying? हाँ, we can do that way. हाँ, it can be done. You would take n common and then n into n minus 1. यही फॉर्म बन जाएगी ना, n would be 2q and then 2q minus 1. Do it anyway, choice is yours. Okay, जैसे भी आपको, yeah, anyway, the way you feel easy, जैसे comfortable लगता है, you can go for that method. So therefore n, it's okay dear, therefore n square minus n is divisible by 2. चलो, case 1 is done. Then we have case 2. Case 2 says, अभी हमें क्या करना है, we would be taking 2q plus 1 when n is 2q plus 1. अभी हम वही वैल्यूज फिर पुट करेंगे. Therefore n square minus n will be 2q plus 1 whole square minus 2q plus 1. This is 2q plus 1 whole square. This is 2q plus 1. Either we apply identity expansion कर सकते हैं, या आप एक काम करो, 2q plus 1 को कॉमन ले लो. This is occurring twice, this is occurring once, है ना? तो if 2q plus 1 comes common, क्या बचेगा from the first? 2q plus 1 remains in, फर्स्ट वाले में से 2q plus 1 बचा, minus from here everything goes out, what remains in? Only 1. Good. अब next step, this is positive 1, this is negative 1, this is cancelled. All right, ये cancel हो गया. अब finally this is 2q plus 1 into 2q. Again same formation, same sort of formation. This is 2 into q into 2q plus 1, because it is 2 into something and it would be definitely divisible by 2. आप इसको लिख सकते हो 2 into, क्या लिखें, let's take it 2 into n, where n is, I'll just shift it to this side, where n is q, 2q plus 1. So I'm concluding it here. Hence n square minus n is divisible by 2. It is divisible by 2 for every positive integer, because we have checked the two cases by applying Euclid division lemma. It is proved to be true for both the cases. I believe it is clear. Thumbs up if it is clear. Excellent, very good. Shall we move to the next one? Another important question. ये 3 marks या 5 marks में this question can be asked. This question is in fact similar to what we have just now done. Okay, so I'll discuss one. Remaining 2 cases I'm sure you must have tried. आपने assignment में किए होंगे, लेकिन फिर भी अगर आपको नहीं समझ आएगा, then I'm here to help you. So over here they say, show that one and only one out of n plus 2 or n plus 4 is divisible by 3, where n is a positive integer. In this case you would be taking again n as any positive integer. So 3 situations can be: n can be 3q, or it can be 3q plus 1 or 3q plus 2. Do we have to go beyond this? 3q plus 0 हुआ, 3q plus 1, 3q plus 2. It can't be 3q plus 3 because we know r has to be less than b, है ना. Value of r जो हमारा रिमाइंडर होता है is less than b but greater than equal to 0. So ये r की बात हो रही है यहाँ पे. r is 0, r is 1, r is 2. Let's begin by taking these cases one by one. First one, case 1, put n equals to 3q. Is this 3q divisible by 3? बोलो. 3 into something. If I say 24, 24 can be written as 3 into 8. It means it is divisible by 3. If I say 69, 69 can be written as 3 into 23. Is it divisible by 3? Because it can be written in the form product of 3 with 23. This is product of 3 with 8. And over here, यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Product of 3 with q. That implies n equals to 3q is divisible by 3. Case 1 का first sub part is done. First sub part we are talking about n is done. Now take, अभी सिर्फ केस 1 डिस्कस हो रहा है, ओके. नाउ टेक n plus 2. n plus 2 क्या होगा? वुड बी 3q plus 2. n को आपने पुट करना है 3q, add 2 to it. So 3q plus 2, is it divisible by 3? Anyone? It can't be because 3q no doubt is divisible, but because of the presence of this remainder, because this 2 is also there, so n plus 2 or 3q plus 2 is not divisible by 3. Up we would pick the third case, sub part of case 1, sorry. Now take n plus 4. अब n plus 4 में n को रिप्लेस करो 3q से plus 4. 3q, 3 I am breaking down this 4 into 3 plus 1. ये हुआ, 3 comes common. 3 comes common and it's q plus 1 plus 1. 3 into, it can be m plus 1. Because of the presence of this 1, ये remainder जो extra आ रहा है, this is also not divisible by 3q plus 4, or n plus 4 is not divisible by 3. All right. So we have discussed the case 1 where n was 3q. We took n as 3q, then we have taken for n plus 2, then we took it for n plus 4, and that's how it's done. One more, in fact 2 more steps it would have. Those 2 steps would be, you would be taking n as 3q plus 1, then n plus 2 would be 3q plus 1 plus 2. That means second case में हमारे पास this would be divisible by 3. And then comes your third case, which would be n plus 4. So 3q plus 1 plus 4, that would not be divisible by 3. Kids, I think you would be able to do the remaining two cases yourself? Would you try? In fact, it was worksheet कर लिया होगा सबने. I'm just explaining for the ones who have any doubt. If there is any, you can go through the steps. ठीक है? तो फिर भी नहीं समझ आ रहा, you can then personally ask me. आप WhatsApp में ग्रुप में पूछो या फिर personally you can contact. Shall we move to the next one? If you are through with this question, thumbs up would be fine. Good. Question number 5, another important question. You would say, ma'am, सारे questions को important बोले हैं, because I purposely took these questions because these are actually repeat questions asked for board exams. So here question number 5 says, find the HCF of 65 and 117, number 1, and then express it in this form. When you express it in this form, we need to look for the value of m and n. So let's begin by, first of all, first step would be find HCF. Can anybody tell me what would be HCF of 65 and 117? If you have done this question. Very good बच्चे, 13. It is 13. Steps I hope you know. 117 would be, आप division वाला process भी follow कर सकते हो. 117 divided by 65. When you divide it by 65, 65 into 1, and something would be there in the, when you subtract. So 52 comes here, and then comes next. This is actually GCD, greatest common divisor, जो आपने class 5-6 में भी पढ़ा होगा. So when you follow these steps, इनको सिर्फ arrange करना है in lemma formation, Euclid division lemma formation. Then 52 into 1 would be 52. Then comes 13 over here, and then 52. 13 into 4 is 52, and this finishes off 0. When remainder becomes 0, that divisor is our HCF. Okay. Steps में कैसे लिखना है? It's important. Let me write it. 117 would be written as 65 into 1. 65 into 1 plus what? Plus ये remainder. ठीक है. अब next step में क्या हुआ? 65 became the divisor, and it is 52 into 1 plus this 13 जो remainder है. Done. And finally 52, the new divisor 52, and it is 13 into 4 plus 0. So whenever we get 0 over here, that divisor gives you highest common factor. HCF is done. Now they say express it in the form 65m plus 117n. For this question, you would be writing it in the form 13 would be written as, pick it from here. 13 कहाँ पे आ रहा है? 13 is here, it's here as well, but over here it comprises of 13 into 4. 13 can be written as 65 and minus this whole goes to the other end. Okay. Then 13 remains as such because we are talking about, what are we talking about? Highest common factor, because we have expressed HCF in this formation. अब next step में क्या करना होगा आपको? This 52 can be written as 117 minus 65 into 1. Why are we doing purposely? We are doing it because हमें formation में 65 and 117 चाहिए है ना. 65 we already have. 52 needs to be changed into that form. So 52 would be written as, ये 65 as such आएगा, minus 52 becomes 117, this whole goes to the other end, minus 65 into 1. अब next step would be 13 equals to 65 minus 117, ये minus minus would be plus 65 into 1, and here we go, we get the answer over here, 65 single and 65 into 1. If I take 65 common, 1 from here plus 1 from here, है ना, and plus 117 into minus 1. What is the purpose of writing it? Because हमें चाहिए ये formation 65 into m. So this becomes 65 into 2 plus 117 into minus 1, which gives you the value for m which is 2 and n which is minus 1. So 13, which was the highest common factor, can be written in this formation. This is called linear combination. There were variables m and n. We have found the value of m and n with the help of expressing it in terms of highest common factor. Check all these steps. I would send the image also in case there is a problem.